Right, comrades, friends, brothers and sisters, first thanks for inviting Rugby Against The Cuts to make a contribution today. There are a number of us here over from rugby. Our cuts are just as bad as yours. We're all in this together. We therefore need to support each other. We have our own protest on Thursday week, the 24th of February, 6 o'clock outside the town hall, and we hope that some of you, in fact we're sure that some of you will join us in that protest. Two or three things briefly I want to say, comrades. Firstly, absolutely essential that we oppose all cuts. Don't be sucked into this idea that some cuts are less effective than others, some are needed, some are not. All cuts to the public sector are cuts in working class living standards. No other way to look at it. We didn't cause the crisis, as Darryl has just said. Let those who caused it pay for it. Brings me on to my second point. We've got to get over to people that there are alternatives. There is a deficit in this country. There are other ways that that deficit could be met. A 5% tax on the wealthiest 10% would bring in enough to pay off the deficit in Britain. Nationalisation of the banks under genuine workers' control and consumers' control could enable the profits from those banks. 6 billion Barclays have just announced today. Those profits could be used to maintain and improve our public services rather than attack them. There are alternatives, comrades. We need to get that message out loud and clear. We've been doing that in rugby. I'm sure you have in Coventry. Which leads me on to my final point. This is a political battle as well. We know there's going to be a big demonstration in London on the 26th of March, and I'm delighted that is happening. But it's taken 6 months for the TUC to get off its knees and do anything. We need far more than that. We get a further opportunity in May to push the message that there are alternatives to cuts. In rugby, we've pledged to stand, and we've only made this decision last week, so it's not public knowledge until now. But we are going to coordinate anti-cuts candidates throughout the borough of Rugby, that's all 16 wards, wherever there are no other candidates prepared to pledge against cuts. And I say that meaning it, and we will stand those. We've got half those already prepared to stand. We are going to ask all council candidates in rugby to sign a pledge that demands three things: that they will oppose all cuts locally and nationally, that they will vote against all cuts, unlike these people up here now who are about to vote in favour of them. We are going to ask that they pledge to oppose them, to vote against them as well. But finally, we're going to demand that they back the alternatives that I've just started to indicate today, that there are other ways of getting rid of this deficit. And the nationalisation of the banks, the taxing of the wealthy will be part of that pledge. If any of candidates are prepared to sign that pledge, we will stand aside. Otherwise, we will make sure there are anti-cuts candidates coordinated by ourselves, standing under their own party labels, or as independents and community activists, of which we are already encouraging, who will stand. So, comrades, if we stand together, if we fight on the same side with each other, just like with the poll tax, we can win. Thank you.